All right, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to cover the top 8 deck list from the IMNerd Unhinged Cup that took place about a week ago. This was a format where it's Edison. However, there's a special rule in place that you can play any one card you want in a Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG history. So you could play something before Edison format like Painful Choice or Graceful Charity. You could even play things that came out way after Edison like Sprite Elf or Totally Awesome, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, etc. I even allowed the players to pick the errata of the card that they wanted. So if you wanted to play something that got changed like Chaos Emperor Dragon, you could choose the version of Chaos Emperor Dragon that you wanted to play. Obviously you would just play the original one, but yeah, you're allowed one card from any point in Yu-Gi-Oh's history in your deck, but the rest of it has to be Edison. The alternative is that you could instead choose to play 2 of a card that is limited or semi-limited in Edison, or I should say you can play an additional copy of it. So like if Stratos was the card that you wanted, you could play 2 copies of it. If you wanted to play 2 Dark Arms, you could do that, or if you wanted to play 3 Judgment Dragons, you could do that. We had a $450 prize pool. $100 of that was put in by the IMNerdpodcast directly, and the other $350 came from donations. Shout out to everyone who donated. The cash prize payout for top 4 was as follows. So first place got $225 cash, second place got $112.50, third got $67.50, and fourth got $45. These tournaments are also free to the people in our IMNerd podcast Discord server. So in order to get into the Discord server, you do have to go through the Patreon. We do these tournaments every couple months usually. I'm expecting to do the next one in February, and it will have another special rule. I just like making it where people have to be creative to play in a tournament. Like, of course, we already know Edison format. You have your Value Turbo, your Frogs, your Blackwings, your Hero Beat, Dragon Turbo, whatever, right? But these tournaments, they force you to think outside the box and try new things and unhinge things in this case. And to me, that's really fun because Edison format by itself is amazing, but then it can also just be really stale after a while. I myself have been playing it for 2 years, so every once in a while I just like to shake things up. And as you guys know, we also do online locals regularly, and those are just $5 entry. I pay out all the money as cash prizes to the top 3 or top 4 if the turnout's bigger, and those are usually just regular Edison format. So if you want play testing against good players, there's plenty of good players in the Discord. True Hero, James Ark, those guys have all won some of them. We've had Dank Arm Dragon, I believe he's like won 5 of them by now. And they also award you a special role in the Discord server where your name becomes pink and it will say that you are a tournament winner, and that role lasts for a full year. So just a cool perk on top of obviously winning the cash. But yeah, why don't we hop into the top 8 deck lists? So first up we have Rod Magi. He was playing Frogs and his unhinged card was Sprite Elf. So it is a link monster, something that is far removed from Edison format, but the way you summon it is just 2 monsters including a level, rank, or link 2 monsters. So basically dupe Frog, swap Frog, stuff like that can make this really easy to summon in the Frog deck. And then from what I understand, this card got banned in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So it must be really broken, but it says it cannot be used as link material to turn it as link summoned. Your opponent cannot target monsters this card points to with card effects. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 level 2 monster in your graveyard, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can target 1 rank/link 2 monster instead, special summon it. Basically what this does is during both main phases, yours and your opponent's, it's going to summon a level 2 monster back because there are no rank monsters or link 2 monsters that you could play outside of your 1 unhinged card. So this just summons level 2 monsters back. So you summon Dupe Frog back and then they can't attack this thing, and then on your opponent's turn you can summon like another Dupe Frog back or a swap Frog, and you just instantly make this guy free because you get both of your cards back as soon as your opponent basically plays the game. So that's pretty cool. I can see why this would be rather unhinged. I mean, it is banned in real Yu-Gi-Oh! So there's that. And then the side deck is just a bunch of anti cards because no one knew what people were going to bring. So there are anti-Frog FTK cards, there's anti-Red Eyes Dragoon cards, Volcanic Queen being that one. That wind monster, I believe, negates effect damage, if I'm not mistaken. It looks vaguely familiar to me. I feel like it's something that negates effect damage. Let me know in the comments if you know exactly what that thing is. But yeah, the side decks for this are all going to be to try to stop really broken things from happening. So when you see things that you've never seen before, you'll understand why. Okay, next up in 7th place we have Quest. And he played his spaceship deck, which he plays this all the time, even in regular Edison format. But he has this unhinged card, Victory Viper T301. Apparently this came out in 2019, and it seems very tame until you actually watch what it does in a duel. It says when an attack is declared involving your face-up monster and an opponent's monster, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect once per turn, and then it says other light machine monsters you control gain 1200 attack. So all the spaceships are obviously light machines. They all gain 1200 attack, and their base stats are usually pretty low, except Blue Thunder is like starts off at 1700, so that guy goes to 2900 immediately. That's the guy in the top left. A lot of the other spaceships have attacks ranging from like 1200 to 1400 and stuff like that, but when you give them 1200 each, they do become very, very big, and all of their effects trigger when they destroy something by battle. So obviously this guy makes it super easy to kill things in battle. But yeah, Quest was actually one game away from taking this deck to a top 4 finish. So it's kind of crazy because I would never expect something like this to get that far, but yeah, he was killing it. Okay, next in 6th place, we have Bazaar, and his unhinged card was Machina Citadel. So first off, it's a Machina monster, which means that it's searchable by gear frame, because if you're going to play a main deck card, it should be something that you can get to pretty easily. It says it cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by a card effect. Quick effect, you can target one machine monster you control, destroy that machine monster, and all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to it. If a face-up Earth machine monster or monsters you control, except Machina Citadel, is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So right off the bat, this thing has a Raigeki-like effect. You can just pop a machine monster, and it's a quick effect too. You can pop a machine monster, and then it'll destroy all your opponent's monsters with attack less than or equal to its attack. So you can pop your fortress, and then they'll lose everything that's 2500 or lower. And then it says if an Earth machine you control except this guy is destroyed by battle or card effect while this is in a graveyard, you can special summon it. This means that if you crash your fortress into like a monster, you can activate this guy and he'll summon himself. If your fortress gets bottomless, because bottomless destroys, you can also summon this guy. I think that is really, really important because fortress is a card that just eats bottomless trap hole naturally. So yeah, this guy is pretty good, to be honest, especially because it's so searchable. It's also really good to pitch it to summon fortress back from the graveyard. So really good synergy there. I like this deck. Okay, next we have OG in 5th place playing Totally Awesome as his unhinged card. Honestly, this one needs no introduction, but I'll still read it off. So it requires 2 level 2 aqua monsters to make it. So that's Dupe Frogs, Swap Frog, pretty much all of the frogs that are level 2, just make this guy, right? And then it says once per turn during the standby phase. Not your standby phase, not your opponent's standby phase, during the standby phase. So immediately when you pass and your opponent goes draw, standby, this guy activates. He says you can detach one material from this card, special summon one frog monster from your deck. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell / trap card or monster effect, quick effect, you can send one aqua monster from your hand or face up on your side of the field to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do destroy that card, then you can set it to your field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one water monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. This card is fucking ridiculous, okay? This card has won multiple YCSs throughout Yu-Gi-Oh's history as late as last year, I think, if not the year before. I know it has natural synergy with like the runic engine and stuff like that, or maybe it was the sprite engine, one of those. But yeah, Totally Awesome is broken as hell. If you summon this, especially turn 1, it's almost impossible to lose the game. It's just so much card advantage because on a standby phase, it summons Dupe Frog, and then your opponent is just sitting there unable to attack it, which not many things could beat it anyway. It is 2200, but like they can't attack it, and then anything that they do that would threaten you, you just negate it and you take it. So if they like summon Caius or something, you're just like negate, take your Caius. Very, very overpowered card. And the rest of the deck is just standard Frog Hero, but it's playing like anti-meta stuff like Triple Crow and Vanity's Fiend in the main deck as opposed to Ryza and a bunch of other traps, which makes sense because again, this tournament, everyone knew that it would be ridiculous with the decks that people bring. So you have to bring very anti-cards. You see the Volcanic Queens, the Fossil Dynas, Super Poly, stuff like that. So yeah, Totally Awesome. Definitely a good pick for this type of tournament. Okay, moving into top 4. So this is where the money begins. We have Big James in 4th place with Gadgets, and his card is Time Thief Redoer. This card is so broken. So it requires any 2 level 4 monsters, and it says once per turn during the standby phase. Here we go with the standby phase, not yours, not your opponent's, just the standby phase. So once per turn during the standby phase, you can attach the top card of your opponent's deck to this card as material. Then quick effect, you can detach up to 3 different types of materials from this card and apply the following effects depending on what was detached. If you detached a monster, banish this card into the end phase, so it's like a strike ninja. If you detached a spell, you draw a card. And if you detached a trap, you can place one face-up card your opponent controls on top of the deck. And you can only use this effect once per turn. So basically, when this guy comes out, he's going to have monster materials, obviously, right? So he naturally has a Strike Ninja effect where he could run away as a quick effect. So it's really hard to get rid of him because not only is he 2400 attack, so he's pretty big, but on top of that, if you did something like Brain Control or Smash and Ground or Fisher or whatever, right? If you try to destroy a D prison, whatever you try to do to destroy it or get rid of it, he could just chain his effect and run away. And then he'll come back. And when he comes back, he will get another card from the top of the opponent's deck on the following standby phase. So it's like end phase, he comes back, then you withdraw for turn, and then attach the top card of your opponent's deck. I've seen this card ruin people. It stole Future Fusion, Miracle Fusion, Stratos. And when it steals spells specifically, that's when it gets really bad in my opinion, because the +1 thing is just too much. Like him running away and also drawing a card it's just too much. This is definitely what I would call a sleeper pick because most people would not think to play gadgets in a format where you could play any card, but gadgets went pretty far. So congrats to Big James on getting top 4. Okay, moving on to third place. So this is a Red Eyes Dragoon deck made by Danique, I believe is the way you say his name. If I'm not saying it correctly, I'm sorry. But yeah, Red Eyes Dragoon, another card that really doesn't need an introduction. This card is insane. And this is personally what I believe is like the best deck for this tournament. If I were playing in this, I would make a Dragoon deck. My build would be a bit different, but I think the idea is still there for this. Like the idea is just to do everything you can to get this guy on the field. And in Edison format, there's almost no way to out it. If you're smart, it's really, really difficult to out it. The only outs I can think of are Volcanic Queen in games 2 and 3, because you're not going to main deck that. And then in game 1, the only deck that I can see really outing it is a deck that plays both like DD War Lady and Honest. If you play both DD War Lady and Honest, you can attack with DD War Lady and then damage step or whatever. You go activate Honest, down the gate, and then DD War Lady can just activate her effect to banish. And that's a way to cleanly out it. But if we're being honest, in this tournament, that situation is not going to come up, right? Like it's just not going to happen. And you don't get many turns to draw your outs against Dragoon because he's fucking huge and he gets bigger when he negates things and the buff stays. So yeah, he's absolutely insane. I actually love reading his effect because it sounds like a made up card. Like every time I read it, it just sounds like somebody went in a Yu-Gi-Oh card maker and just started typing. Like listen to this. Tell me if this sounds real. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target this card with card effects. During your main phase, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. You can use this effect a number of times per turn up to the number of normal monsters used as fusion material for this card. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can discard one card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, and if you do that, this card gains 1000 attack. This is the fakest fucking card I've ever read in my life. Like somebody just could not control themselves on the keyboard when they were writing this. It's insane. So yeah, congrats to Danique on getting third with the Dragoon deck. And in second place, we have my teammate and my boy Hydro Pump here with Dragon Turbo. And his unhinged card was Graceful Charity. You guys know what Graceful Charity does. Draw 3, discard 2. One of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? A card that basically can never come back unless Konami really just stopped giving a fuck. But yeah, Graceful Charity is broken as hell. And it makes perfect sense why you would play Graceful Charity in Dragon Turbo. It's a deck that draws a lot of cards. It's a deck that wants to discard cards as well. It's a spell card, so it has perfect synergy with the deck. The only issue with it is that it is a main deck card and it's not searchable in any real way. So you have to raw draw it, and that could be a problem if your hand isn't set up. But what I like about this is that Dragon Turbo is a deck that loses when it bricks, and this makes it where it bricks less. So it kind of helps to fix the problem with the deck. It is just one card, but any percentage you can get to make it where you have less bricky hands is broken for this deck specifically. So I totally get it, and I'm not surprised that he was able to get second place with this deck. Hydro Pump is actually the Dragon Turbo creator, and he understands it really well. So if you watch the stream, this should be live on the channel. It is a masterclass in how to just destroy people with Dragon Turbo. Like every one of his games was just insane. Trident Dragon is busted, Prime Materials busted. And yeah, when this deck does not brick, it is one of the best decks, if not the actual best deck. Okay, and in first place, we have the winner Nextastic with Blackwings, playing Blackwing Full Armor Master. So I don't even know that this card exists, but basically it's a towers, if you know what that means. That's always talking about Cleafort towers that came out. You know, I guess it was the first of that archetype of monster, and Konami's been making a lot of them since then. But it says it takes one Blackwing tuner plus 1+ non-tuner monsters. So what's cool about this is that there was a play he did where he attacked directly with Gale and a couple other Blackwings. His opponent dropped Gores, and then then he main phase 2 brand controlled the Gores and made this guy, because this guy's a 10-star monster, and you can make it with just a blackwing tuner and one monster, or a blackwing tuner and several monsters. That distinction is important because you know how Mistworm, you can't make Mistworm with just like Gale and Goyo Guardian. You have to use 3 monsters to make Mistworm always. So I like that off the bat, it's not that hard to summon this thing, but it says it's unaffected by other card effects. So that's what they mean when they say it's a Towers monster. It's just unaffected by cards in general. And then it says each time an opponent's monster activates its effect, place one wedge counter on that opponent's monster, max of 1 after that effect resolves. So they activate a monster effect, that monster gets a wedge counter, right? Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls with a wedge counter, take control of it. Once per turn during the end phase, you can destroy all monsters on the field that have a wedge counter. So the other effects are like whatever, like sure, putting a wedge counter and then stealing their guy is pretty insane, but honestly, you're playing this guy because he is, one, a blackwing monster that is not the hardest to summon. Like literally, if you have Blizzard with a level 4 engrave and just a Bora, you summon this guy. So like Blizzard, bring back Shore, special Bora, there you go. You have this guy right there. Also randomly, Dark Arm plus Gale makes it as well. So you could like summon Dark Arm, summon Gale, do a bunch of damage with those two. And then if you're like, I don't want my opponent to brand control my Dark Arm because I didn't kill them, then you can just synchro and make this guy. But him being unaffected by cards is insane. You could just attack into Deep Prisons and Mirror Forces and summon him into Bottomless and Book of Moon. I mean, he's unaffected by cards, right? So there's nothing that stops him outside of beating him in battle. And then we realized that if he's in defense mode, there are very few outs to him in certain decks. Like for example, Dragon Turbo, I don't think that the deck has a real out to it if this is in defense mode. If it's in attack mode, then it can summon like Red Dragon and Crash. But if it's in defense mode, they have to 1, be playing Tragodia, then 2, they have to summon Tragodia when they also have 6 cards in hand to make Tragodia 3600 to attack over it, and then the Blackwing player has to also have nothing to stop that. So that's a very, very large ask. So realistically, this card in defense mode just solos decks. But yeah, shout out to Nextastic for winning the entire tournament and taking home $225 cash. Hydro Pump took home $112.50 cash. Danique got $67.50, and Big James got $45, and that is a $450 prize pool, which was pretty awesome for 20 players to have a $450 prize pool. That's really, really good. It's rare that you'll play in a tournament with that big of a prize and that few players, so I'm hoping to throw more tournaments like this, not necessarily with the exact same rule, but with something that is just different to shake things up. I've been flirting with some ideas. I'm not exactly sure which ones I'm going to commit to yet, but there will be more tournaments with modified rulings for Edison format, just to change it up a bit. And before I let you go, I actually did a shadow game against a Patreon supporter and good friend of the podcast, Quest, where we both use Unhinged decks, so you can enjoy that following these top 8 deck lists. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Let me know what you think, and let me know if there are any special tournament rules that you would like to see implemented, because I'm open to ideas. So I would love to see things that you guys come up with. Like, for example, we did the Frozen Soul Cup, right? And that was where Edison format, you can only use one of each card. And then the Unhinged Cup is Edison format, but you can play one of any card in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. I want to do another one where we do maybe 60 cards. Like your deck has to be 60 cards. So it's Edison format, but your deck has to be 60. There was another one I was flirting with that you could play 3 copies of any card, but it has to be a main deck card, and you are not allowed to win the game on turn 1, just to deter people from making FTK decks, because essentially that's what people want to do. But yeah, I'm open to ideas, so leave some in the comments if you have cool ideas that you think would make for an interesting tournament. And yeah, stick around for the shadow game. All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm here with my good friend Quest, and we're going to do a bit of a shadow game in the Unhinged format. So this is the Edison format that I created, where you can play one of any banned card or future card. So you could play something from 2023 or anything before that. You could, if you want to play like something before Edison format, like Painful Choice or Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, whatever, you can play one card. So this is my card. I'd rather just show it in a duel. I'm not going to say it because I want Quest to be surprised about what I'm playing, but I just want to give you guys a look at what my deck list is, and then yeah, I'm just going to host a duel. But how are you feeling today, Quest?
Pretty good about this match. I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm playing today.
Well, I'm going to find out. I think I know, but you recently got top 8 at the Unhinged Cup with your spaceship deck, and if I know you, it's probably going to be the spaceship deck. So,
well, 10 minutes of building is 10 minutes of building. So. I think that was my favorite part of the day, was like, yeah, let me go put something together real quick. And it's like, oh, top 8? How'd that happen?
Yeah, no, that was actually fire. Okay. I just hate
I'm gonna
ever trying
follow.
to play rock, paper, scissors, so I always do this.
I was gonna say I'm gonna follow Kenny's footsteps from y'all's progression series, dueling book. Just do a die roll.
Yeah. Agreed.
Master Duel does a coin flip. Just do a die roll.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, so let's see. What do I do with this hand? So I think I'll do this.
Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing an allure, but that could be anything.
It could be anything. You're right. All right, we're gonna start off with banish this guy.
I knew it. I knew it.
All right, I'm gonna add this to my hand.
Oh, nope, I lost you. You lost me.
All right, trigger this thing.
Okay.
All right, so my ancient gear, Gadgetron.
Okay.
So
that's a spy.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. So it's all monsters.
Yep, all monsters.
There you go.
All right, so torrential bottomless, upstart trunate. All right, let me just write this down. That's quite the hand. Torrential bottomless, upstart trunate.
Dell is what?
And then I have this guy
Spell.
and
Descendant.
yes. So Descendant is in the grave, and so I just have Stell left. All right, and that's it for me.
Okay. Standby
And
main.
British. Yep.
Well, we'll upstart.
I'll take it.
Okay.
So you've got 2 cards I don't know about now.
What a conundrum.
I know. The Gadgetron is nice.
That's a very good card. I'm not gonna lie. I will set 2, and I'll pass.
All right. I will attack.
Yeah, I can't stop that.
Yep. This guy's broken. Okay.
You know, my friend Trevor told me just play Ancient Gear something or other. It's one of the big fusions that came later. Just because of I can run Gadgetron, and I was like, no, and he was like, do it, murder them all.
Yeah, honestly, I've taken a liking to this guy in Unhinged format. Just because terraforming is pretty cool. Yeah, 3,000. Your opponent can activate things when you attack. Like, it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, this is bad. Oof.
Now, could you imagine if Recruiter was in this format? I mean, technically, Recruiter is in this format. I could play one Recruiter.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm pretty sure Recruiter's somewhere in this format.
Yeah, technically. All right, just gonna keep on attacking.
Yeah. Why do anything different?
I know, right? The game state is in my favor.
Can I draw a monster?
So let's see. What do we want to do here? Debating. So now you have TT bottomless, and then I don't know some of this stuff.
Huh.
I'll just end. We got a good thing going. I'll just wait.
Why do anything different, right?
Yeah, we got a good thing going. You know, why mess up a good thing?
That's right. Okay. Time to do this. I will normal summon,
Yes,
and I will torrential.
that is fine. No responses.
Okay. I keep my Jade Knight.
Okay, cannot be destroyed by a trap effect. So that's pretty good.
I'll just I'll go to battle.
Yep.
Hit you for 1,000.
Take back the upstart.
I'm reclaiming my my upstart I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Okay. I will set 1 and pass.
We are going to do this.
Yep.
Add these back.
All good. Yep. Stand by me. Gosh, I wish this were better. I'll just put my man in defense here, and I'll set another.
Another back row. Jeez. Okay. Main phase 1. We will flip.
Absolutely.
Alright. Perfect. And where is our descendant? I will use priority.
Okay.
Target.
Ooh. I will. Gosh. I'm gonna take your mans.
Yep. Alright. What should I do now?
Scoop.
Damn, not scoop. That easy?
I don't know how I'm winning, but.
Alright, I'll take my god back.
Here. Standby main.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. This is not going well.
Turn 1 Royal Tribute. Although it didn't hurt you that much, but.
Well, it hurt me a lot more than you think, honestly.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I
Yeah.
I only hit one monster, so from my perspective, it's like, oh, your hand was like not too bad.
Well, I guess you're right. It didn't hurt too much, but I mean, I didn't draw any monsters following that, really.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have game on board, so we're going to swing.
I'm going to activate Call of the Haunted.
Okay.
Targeting my Jade Knight.
Alright, that works. So this guy, I want light machine. Okay, so I'm going to go to main phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to activate Upstart Goblin.
Ooh, I'll take those.
Okay, then I will flip, and I'll use priority.
No.
Yeah, get rid of this guy.
Fine, and then bottomless will go. Or not bottomless, Call of the Haunted.
Yep. Alright, and next I'll activate Fusion Sage.
What are you doing?
Oh, just unhinged
What
things.
are you doing?
Activate.
Okay.
Alright, let's see, we will fuse... who do I want to fuse for this? This guy and this guy.
Oh no.
Gravekeeper's Supernaturalist. So 2 Gravekeeper monsters. Gains attack and defense equal to the combined original levels of the materials used for its fusion times 100. While Necro Valley is on the field, this card and any card in your field spell zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. During the end phase of this turn, add 1 Gravekeeper's monster or 1 Necro Valley card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So priority, I'm going to activate.
Okay, wait. Oh my goodness.
He also comes out this big.
It comes out that big, he can't be destroyed because Necro Valley's on board.
Correct.
And you add a Gravekeeper
on the end phase.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Alright, so end phase resolves. I will add a spy to my hand.
You've got your own little towers monster here.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I saw him, I was like, oh, this is like a pretty cool unhinged card. It's not super overpowered, but for Edison, it is actually really powerful.
That is very good.
Yeah, makes it really hard to deal with Necro Valley, and then he's just gigantic. Comes out usually at 3,300.
I will... Oh my gosh. This is funny. I'm going to Trunade.
Yep.
And then I will... Okay, so he's not Necro Valley though. Okay, so I can banish now.
Yes.
I'm going to summon Cyber Eltown in.
Okay, so this kills the field, I think.
Yes, it just sends them. And then I will Foolish Burial.
Yep.
And now we get to see our special little guy. So he is 1,000. I will go to battle and attack directly.
Yep.
And declare T301.
That is fine.
Special summon him. So he jumps up to 2200.
So take an additional 12. This card is so ridiculous.
It's so crazy that it's all other light machines.
Yeah. In my head, I was like, oh, just the spaceships. But no, it's all of them.
And I guess I will set some more cards. And it's your go.
Alright.
Show me a heavy storm.
I wish. That would make this so easy. So we'll do. And then I'll Gear Town.
Okay.
Yep.
I will bottomless.
Okay. So bottomless that. And 2 of the back row. We're gonna get this reestablished.
Okay. Off for turn. And by main.
Yep.
I will MST your Necro Valley.
Necro Valley's gone.
And then I will declare attack.
Yep. Back.
You get your mans.
Alright. Let's see. Who do we appreciate? So we'll just get
Another spy.
Yes. We'll get another spy, and this one dies.
Main 2, I will set one and pass to you.
Alright. Activate.
Sounds good to me.
2-hand. And who else do I want? We'll get another spy. Why not?
Think on resolution.
Okay.
So you got Descendant. So that means you're just gonna summon and... Oh gosh, okay. Can't let that happen, so... Sounds so awkward, but I think I have to... Take your man.
Alright. So we'll do this.
Yep. Sounds good.
Get this back. This guy
Stand
back.
back, me.
The spy.
I don't want to give him back.
I want him.
I like my Christmas gift.
He's got a big booty, so I'll call him Big Booty.
Gosh. Give me something good.
Alright. Take this.
Not necessarily good, but it's funny. Pass to you.
Alright. Okay, so... Alright, yep, summon phase 1, flip.
Yep.
Alright. One of these guys. And then I will... let's see, what do we want to get rid of here? Get rid of this guy, your man's.
Alrighty. Banish.
Yes. Alright, and then I... 2,000. Okay, I can go for it all.
You can.
I think I'm going to do this. So we're going to add this to hand. And then we're going to play this. Add this to hand.
Oh, I see. Oh no.
Alright, effect.
Mm-hmm.
This does something from grave, right? From your hand
Yes.
deck or grave. Okay. Yep, summon this guy. So activate. And we'll go to battle phase. Attack. Oh.
Before you attack, I will
Ooh.
zero, I'll zero gravity.
Ooh.
I'll take 17.
What a twist of fate. Let's
Not
see.
that it does anything.
So, well, I guess we might as well. Could I? Yeah, I'll pop this. All right.
Flip
Okay.
him. Because why not?
This guy's defense is 17.
That's the game.
Okay. All right.
I was thinking, I was like, I can just book my little dude, but then it's like, oh no, no matter what, if he leaves, he's banished.
Yes.
It doesn't reset. Oh man. This is a tough one. Very tough.
All right. Game 2. You get to start this time. Good luck,
Yes,
King.
yes, I do. Good luck. Hopefully I draw better.
Yes.
Okay.
But not too much
I
better.
like what I see. Well, it's very unfortunate for you, my friend.
Whirlwind, Shora.
Oh yeah, I'm smoke screening into blackwings.
That would be the most unhinged thing.
I know. I thought about it. I was like, what can I smoke screen with this deck? And it was like, actually, legitimately nothing.
Yeah. Hero beat, because you're already playing like Honest and
Oh, that's true.
call it a Hornet. Hero Beat's engine is actually not the biggest. You just need 3 Alias, Stratos, Rhoda, 3 Ecall, 3 Gemini Spark, 2 Hero Blast, and there you go. You have a... I think that's less than 15.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I have to commit acts of terrorism. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I will set to and pass.
My unhinged card is dark.
I remember the story of like, oh, you have to get rid of a dark monster and commandants in Earth, and I was like, how many GKs are dark?
Yeah, just one. Just one. And I can't even make my guy. I just want to do some deck thing right now. Alright, let's get this out the deck. And then we will go for an upstart.
Ooh, 3,000.
Jeez. This guy is a problem. Oof.
My only fear is that you get to your gear towns.
Yes, because that's also an Earth monster. Oh, Consecrated, why are you so good? Why are you so good?
Back when I played Infernities, somebody was like, I'm just going to normal summon this card and make you cry. And then we sat there for the rest of the entire, 45 minutes at the time? And he made me deck out.
That's rough.
It was sad.
I think I'm going to go... Let's summon this guy.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My summon went through. Alright, well, nothing to it but to do it. Attack.
Zero gravity.
You and this fucking card.
It's so good.
You and this freaking card. Alright. Alright.
Pro tip for when you get there in progression. That card's really good in a GB mirror match.
Let's
I'm gonna normal summon Thunder King.
Jesus Christ, this is getting worse. Okay.
So this is how I drew better, was I opened both of these.
Yeah, no, this is ignorant. This is ultra ignorance. Yeah.
I'll set one. Your go. Come on, ships. Where are you?
Alright, we're gonna do this.
Terraforming's good.
Mm-hmm. Activate.
Yep. Draw for turn. Stand by main. Well, I have a sinking suspicion that that's a spy.
What would make you think that?
Well, what else do you set in a deck like that? Well, I guess you have to set everything, huh? No. You know what? YOLO. We're already here.
Alright. It is this guy.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, see? You always thinking the worst of me.
Well, you monster mashed me once. So, and until I saw your duel with Enraged Peacock, where you were like, I'll use Totally Awesome, I thought you were going to frog FTK me.
Yeah, you did think. I was like, I have no intentions of doing that to my good friend. I'm not that
I
cool.
would have done it to you.
I know. That's the crazy part. The crazy part is that if you had the opportunity, you would have thought twice.
Oh my gosh, it's a ship. Oh, but it doesn't do anything.
That's what I like to hear.
This sucks. Is this what it's like to play this deck? It's just bad. Why not? I'll just normal summon my homie and pass.
Okay. So many back row, so little time.
No time like the present, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to go.
Yo, what the fuck?
Attribute those two to summon.
Okay, you're a monster, but I understand. Want him in the middle.
Yeah. Well, should I put him in defense? Doesn't matter.
That's up to you.
I'll put him in defense. Yeah.
Okay, understandable.
If I want him in attack, I could switch him with assailant, I guess. So random.
I don't know why you would, unless you're gonna set like 1 billion back row to get back at me for doing it this whole time.
Yeah, let's see. Activate.
Oh no. Okay. I suppose. Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Let's see. Now the question is, who do I fuse? Yeah, I guess we will fuse these guys. All right. Summon my dog.
Okay, so again, while he can't be destroyed, and neither can Necro Valley.
Mm-hmm. And then if his summon's good, I'm going to use priority.
Summon is good.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So we will attack here and then use the effect to switch this thing into defense mode.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay. Thinking. So wait. Do I want to dare attack into that thing? It's scary. It's a scary.
No, it's not that scary.
It's a scary big lava golem, and Deep Prison is a card that people play.
They didn't play it Saturday.
They definitely no one. Yeah, Deep Prison was like kind of absent. Strangely enough.
And that's how I got to top 8.
Yeah,
nobody had battle traps.
I was like, what is going on? Like. Okay, let's see. If I go to end phase, then you can beat over my assailant. If I attack, I can get deprisoned and then be in a really shitty spot. So we are going to go to end phase and we're going to get a search.
Okay.
Get ourselves a shiny new spy.
Sounds good. Draw. Shuffle my hand here. I'm going to, well, still in draw phase.
Oh, okay. Oh. The boys got econs.
Well, I have to run econs. I would like your friend.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going.
Standby main. I wish I could do something better.
You could beat this assailant's ass. That's for damn sure.
I definitely will.
He big.
And then that target, so if it goes face down, it'll go back. Oh, how unfortunate. Yeah, I'll just go to end phase and you can have it back.
All right. We'll go draw. So we'll go main phase 1. We will declare his effect. Also, I just realized that his defense, I just read it, his defense is also the same. Okay. So no effect.
I should have done it last time, but
Yes.
see what you're grabbing.
Definitely last time you could have got me. Okay. So Shadow Mirror is actually extremely annoying. Did not see that coming at all. Well, the attacks we didn't make last turn, we're making them now. He's a vanilla monster at this point, basically, so...
That's 33.
Ooh. Okay.
That's with his little boost from Necro Valley, right?
Yeah, that's Necro Valley
Okay.
plus his inherent like continuous effect that Shadow
800.
Mirror. Yes.
Oh man.
He's always going to be 800 strong because I only play level 4 monsters, so
Right.
it's always going to be 33 basically if Necro Valley's out. But I like that he gains the defense too. That's actually super relevant because if I have him in defense mode, that means that Lava Golem couldn't beat over him.
Yeah. Well, aren't you just a little too late?
Uh-oh.
Conundrum I have here. Or do I?
Yeah, you have so much good hate. I'm just realizing Shadow Mirror and Consecrated Light. What were you ready for during the event?
Blackwings.
Clearly.
So
the deck that won the tournament, so you were on to something.
I took I took an old list I had and just kind of rebuilt it and then just put everything back in the side and I didn't even think about it. I had meant to put in DD Crows, but I just didn't. And that could have actually won me my game against Bizardvart and his Machina Citadel.
Yeah, Citadel was ridiculous. It was the Battle of the Machines.
So I had the outs, I just couldn't draw them. And everybody was like, oh, it'll just pop itself and resummon it. It's like, well, actually it can't pop itself. Or it can, but in order to resummon itself, a different Earth machine has to die.
Right.
So here's the shitty part. Is I have to do this, I think.
Alright, this is gone. What an interesting duel.
Then I normal. And I go battle. I think I go here.
Honest.
Damage.
Oh. Okay. Limiter, so your guy becomes 2400. It beats over this. Then he gets his effect.
I'll get my little token buddy here.
Yep, the token will come out at 2400 and not die on end phase, right?
It will.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so it still sees all machines, I guess.
So if Victory Viper leaves the field for any reason.
Oh, correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that's part
If
of it. This is a super
yeah.
rare. I packed this as a kid.
I believe it also comes ultimate. I'll
Oh,
just
damn.
go set, and then these two will.
You
die
could
in.
attack my face down monster while you're big, because that token is 24.
I could.
Because you know what it is.
Right. I do. I don't want to give you the.
Okay. Oh, that was a terrible draw.
Was banking on that.
Yeah. Oof. Well, we got some Gajilatrons. Let's see. All right. Well, we're just gonna do declare.
I don't know.
Okay. This explains a lot. This explains why you weren't willing to. Now I get it. All right. Now I actually get it.
That's 2850, I think.
Yeah, you're on your own with the math. You are on your own.
Yeah. I saw this coming. Oh man, I did not see my unhinged card this game.
Yes, that is. So it's crazy. When I was watching you play in the tournament, I was like, oh man, you're seeing it like a lot. And I was like, I wonder how he's getting. Then I saw you full of shit and stuff like that. And then just like people attack the Jade Knight searches it too, right? Oh, these are not. That's right. Both of these are actually in my hand.
I also drew it so many times.
Yes, it was. Listen, that card loved you, and it just made me realize that if that thing was at 3, I still want to do an Unhinged Cup where it's like 3. You can play 3 of a card, but a special rule would be like you can't win on turn 1, so no FTKs. That way, it just gets rid of that, and it can't be an extra deck card. It has to be a main deck card.
Right, because they would just go buck wild with.
Yeah. There's so many things, right? Like summoning multiple dragoons is a problem. Summoning multiple toads is a problem.
Oh my gosh!
There's some stuff that we're not even thinking about, like Trishula. There's like that frog deck, the combo frog deck, can actually like Trishula you infinitely. Because right now in Edison format, it Gotham's your whole hand away when it does its combo with Exodius and like Imperial Iron Wall and the whole setup.
Jesus.
So instead of summoning Exodius, instead of summoning Gotham's over and over, it could probably just do a Trishula loop, and that would be,
which is so much better.
Yes. So like that is annoying. But yeah, there's a lot. So I was thinking like, okay, special rule, like you could play 3 main deck cards. They have to be the same though. It can't be like I'm playing 3 different cards. You just played like 3 of the same card, but you cannot win on turn 1, and that only applies to the person who actually won a die roll. So like that'll deter FTKs in general, because like you can't possibly win the game. Like there's just a rule in place that you can't do it. And then that's pretty much it. Like no extra deck cards. Yeah, so pretty easy to understand. But I also like the idea of the 60 card. Somebody brought that one up, and I think that one's going to make some creative deck building too, I think. So
what is that? Everybody has to run 60 cards.
Everyone has to run 60 cards, and that's just it. Like that one's really simple. Just a 60 card deck. No one who plays Edison genuinely plays a 60 card deck, I noticed. So my goal, honestly, when I do these types of modifications to the format is like to push people out of their comfort zone and to make them be creative, right? Like those are my goals. I want to see people play more than just. I mean, I'm sure that they still will, but blackwings and frogs and Vayu Turbo and the basic decks that everyone plays in actual Edison format every single tournament. I just want to push it a little bit and see what I can get you guys to cook up, because in a 60 card format, like maybe Glad Beasts are a lot better because they're highly searchable. One attack goes through, and now you pick up your deck and you have your whole deck in front of you. So a lot of decks become better and a lot of decks become worse. And it's up to people to evaluate that and figure out what potentially the best deck is and try to win some money. So, yeah, I'm still thinking of ideas and what I want to do, but we probably won't do anything until February since we just did the last one last week. But yeah. So
let me ask you this. For the 60 card idea, didn't somebody come into one of our locals and run
Hydro Pump?
Okay, that I didn't want to say it was Hydro Pump, but I was like, it had to have been Hydro Pump.
Yeah, no, it was Hydro. His deck was cool as shit too. It was like a Lightsworn deck with 60 cards, and I really liked the way that deck worked out. But there's always going to be other stuff that you could play, and it'll be viable. So yeah, but that'd be cool. We will see, because you can splice up some engines too, like put 2 engines together and see what happens. I already have some ideas. I'm not going to spill too much yet because I do still think that I might do that tournament. And if I do, I want them to like come up with stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. Everyone always thinks they have it figured out. And that part to me is like the best, when everyone's like, oh yeah, you just play like Ronin Toad, you can do Frog FTK, or oh yeah, you just play like Dragoon, or you just do this. And then
or you just play Graceful Charity.
Yeah. And it's like, that's not what wins the tournament. So it's always cool to see that. But all right. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy this shadow game between me and Quest. And we will catch you in the next one. Happy New Year's again. It's still very early in the year. But we're going to be bringing more content, more tournaments. Sign up for the Patreon so you can get access to our Discord server. And I think that's all I got. Peace out.
What's my record now, by the way?
I don't know your record. I remember you beat the hell out of me with the Power Ranger deck. I'll never forget that. No. That
was against Kenny. My personal record against you is just...
No, you beat my ass with that deck. I recall, right? It was the deck that makes that one Magnus guy.
Yeah, but that was against Kenny. So that's when I had challenged. Yes, that was against Kenny. Well, so both of you were playing the Monarch deck, right? Because he hadn't had time to study the Monarch stuff.
Okay. Yes.
But my personal record against just you, I think, is like 0-7. I'm gonna get you one of these days.
I know I've
promise.
played against your Cloudians, I've played against your Morphtronics, I've played against technically your Power Rangers, your
Crystal
ships,
Beast.
Crystal Beast, your ships. We've had a lot of yes. We've had Inferno. You did do Inferno, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I played against a lot of your Unhinged stuff, so
I'm gonna get you one day.
You will. I thought today, honestly, I got nervous. Game 1, there was a point where I was like really vulnerable, and you had like all these back row, and I know you had True Nade, and I was like, fuck. And when you True Nade and took my guy off the field, I was like, damn it. If he brings out that broken Unhinged ship that is like his special card.
Oh, it was game.
Yeah,
it was
I was
game.
like, I'm going to start losing really, really bad. But luckily I was able to like stabilize with Spy turtling up and just doing that. But yeah, this is a scary your deck is scary against mine because most people don't have True Nade at all in anywhere in their 40 or side deck cards. So my Necro Valley will just sit there with that guy out. Like there's no out to it. You can't really get it off the field.
He's super hard to out.
Yeah,
like,
and
no
if I don't
what.
attack with him, then it takes away outs too. Because it's like, bro, if I can't deprison the fucking thing, and they start using Descendant to pop all my cards in the back row, and then makes it safe for him to actually attack, it's scary. And he searches every turn, so he's just like an engine.
Yeah.
And a wall.
I will get you. I promise I will get you one of these days.
Well, let 2024 be the year that you finally get me. We have more Shadow games to do. In fact, we'll probably do another one this month because I know that you wanted to do one. Oh, whoops, motorcycles. You wanted to do one in December, and then we didn't really get to because, December being the hell month.
Yeah.
So you're due one. You're definitely due another one. But yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. See you guys.
Later.